Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. It's John over at UFOs Worldwide. Today I'm going to bring you episode 2 of my UFO Disclosure Project. If you haven't seen the first video, definitely check it out. I'll link it in the description below. And I just want to say thanks very much for the support. Thanks for subscribing. If you are into UFOs, if you're into conspiracies, if you're into ghosts and paranormal things, if you're into Bigfoot, if you're into everything that's weird and odd, I encourage you to please subscribe to me. I definitely need your support. I want to thank Inger Castleman so much for all your love and support, commenting and watching all my videos. I really appreciate you, bro. I got your back. Maybe we'll take this channel somewhere. Everybody, this right here is the topic of conversations: UFOs, aliens, full disclosure. The world we live in is a crazy place, you guys. And so I felt compelled to start bringing a lot of the footages that I've come across in my lifetime since the Pentagon has gone and disclosed aliens and those alien videos. Now, those videos are over 2 years old, but there are people in this world that are just seeing this for the very first time. There are people in this world that are conceptualizing and contemplating their existence from a very minute piece of sand to the entire universe. That, my friends, is a mind boggling thing to think about. And it's something that I love to talk about. And it's definitely something I love to think about. And so I want to bring this video series to go ahead and catalog all my stuff to free up my hard drive to be able to get more stuff, because there's new videos, new pictures being released all the time. I have the capability to go ahead and zoom in on these objects and slow them down, change the exposure, and you're going to see me do that throughout these videos that I'm releasing here. There's over 20 hours worth of catalog footage that I have to piece together, and these videos take me about 6 to 7 hours sometimes once I've gone and done everything that I want to do with the video. And even then, I'm still not happy with my projects that I'm putting out, but I'm putting them out so that you guys everywhere, all around the world, can see these things. Please start sharing these links. Please start posting these videos everywhere. Let this footage and all this footage get out there so that we can get UFOs into the mainstream even more than it already is, so that we can get politicians to start harassing the government, to start disclosing all their hidden footages, to start talking about what really is going on in the world. Because I know you feel it, everybody. I know I certainly have felt it for a very long time, but I know that right now, specifically in 2020, the world is starting to wake up. The world is starting to ask questions. And that is a beautiful thing. That is going to be a wonderful revolution, and we can be a part of that. We can just keep pumping and pumping and pumping out this information so that it becomes mainstream, so that we can get the ball rolling on full disclosure. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get into these videos, you guys. All right, so the first thing I wanted to do is bring to you some pictures of different renderings or artist drawings of UFOs. These UFOs have been cataloged and seen all around the world, and you're going to see all various different types, shapes, and sizes of UFOs that have been seen. These pictures right here are readily available on the internet. All you have to do is do a Google search of different types of alien crafts or UFO types, or pictures of UFOs, or pictures of different types of UFOs. That should net you some of these pictures and images that I've come across here. What I've done is I've just kind of taken the images so that we can have a quick look at all of the different types. This was a Facebook suggestion from some groups that I follow in Facebook. Thank you so much for the suggestion. Let's check out some of these crafts. This first object is very interesting, and the reason why it's interesting is because it does have three lights illuminating the bottom of the craft itself. The main light in the middle seems to be where the propulsion seems to be coming from. As well to that, there's also seeming to be a red light. Is that a fireball? Is that fire coming out? Is that exhaust? Or is that just a light? I don't know these things, and neither do you, but let's figure them out together. I like how it zooms in as well. I've slowed this clip down here for everyone so that you could see the object a little bit better. And then also, I've managed to take it in four different frames, throwing different exposures into the video itself as well. Pretty interesting stuff here, you guys. I'm not too sure what this is, but this looks like a crazy craft, like a mothership type thing. This next object is quite interesting. It's very clear, and we can see it very well in some of these frames here. The one thing I noticed while watching this and zooming it in and slowing it down and changing all the exposures around is that this object actually fades in and out in certain frames where it almost looks like a bad television going on the fritz. When you see the lines coming down on the television, I don't know what that is. Is that someone who's done a CGI rendering? Is that someone who's manipulated this video before I was able to find it and grab it on the interwebs? Or the other thing is this showing alien technology where it's displaying how it can go invisible and then come back into the frame? Are these interdimensional beings? Interdimensional abilities, time travel capability. I don't know, you guys, but this one's definitely a trip. I've been seeing a lot of videos from a friend of mine's channel. His name is Mick, and he's running a channel called Skywatchers International. There's a lot of moon captures happening around the world. Have you guys seen these captures? This one's quite interesting. I've changed the exposure, and you can see it almost has a force field around it. A lot of people will say that this also shows or is indicative of CGI rendering. This next capture happened in only a few frames. I've taken a screenshot and zoomed it in for you to view. I love videos like this. I'm just waiting for the day that I actually get to experience something like this as well. Have you come across something like this where you were able to see hundreds of UFOs in the sky? Man, what a trip. I wonder what people are thinking. Are they thinking that these are from outer space? Are they thinking that these are future versions of us coming back as time travelers? Are they thinking they're angels? Are they thinking they're demons? What do you guys think? This object that you're watching is filmed on a actual handheld camera with the old VHS tapes. I believe it's that old. I've tried to zoom in. This footage is so shaky. But what you will notice here in this video is that this object does seem to change shape. So it's a shapeshifter, this one. I don't know whether these are physical objects and whether or not there's metallic properties that are bending and all of a sudden become like liquid and can be moved around in different shapes, or whether or not these are like orb type things. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm still pondering the question myself. When I first saw this video itself, I was kind of mystified because I was concentrating on the three lights that probably resemble stars, and then all of a sudden this white object appears and comes towards them. I have done some editing here so that you can see it a little bit more close up while also keeping the actual native footage to the left there of the screen. I found this video to be extremely cool. I'm not too sure if the bottom object is actually a UFO or just the top one. It does appear to be hovering. I just didn't see it move, so I honed in on the object that's actually flying and zoomed in on it for you guys. Wow. It's just cool, man. You can see like almost like a fireball pulsing out of it. This actually may be homemade or like a human-made object, you know, to see that doing that. I haven't seen that too often of any kind of interstellar objects that I've captured and seen, but this is something that we see every single day when we watch any kind of objects being launched into the sky that are missiles. Really neat stuff here, you guys. This one here travels so fast, it reminded me of the Go Fast video released by the Pentagon. It realistically is only in a couple frames, and I had to watch it probably about 20 times before I could see the object. Did anyone order a mothership? What do you guys think? Are these separate objects, or is this one large craft? This next object is quite fascinating. And the reason why is because the person filming zoomed in super, super large. It is the type of donut UFO that I've been seeing quite a lot when I'm analyzing a lot of MUFON videos. It made me think that these objects may be celestial beings. By that, I mean planets. I don't know, you guys. What do you think? I really hope the person doing the filming here is the passenger. This is absolutely stunning. If I was driving down the road that looks like this, first I would be very happy because I love the rural area. I love where there's no lights possible. But second to that, I would be shaking. I'd be freaking out. You'd hear me screaming, swearing. I'd have to pull over to the side of the road. There would be no way I could continue driving if I saw that object. So now that you've watched it slow, let's look at it in three different frames with three different exposures. This is pretty cool. I love when I do this kind of stuff. What do you guys think? You know, I've been seeing a lot of these videos of the dancing lights. Perhaps you have as well. These dancing lights are very peculiar and interesting. I wonder whether or not these lights are actually doing symbols and trying to communicate to us. In some videos, it almost appears as though they're trying to communicate through Morse code. Not that I know Morse code, but at the end of the day, this stuff is super interesting. I've tweaked these frames to be different exposures to try and see whether or not there anything else showing up in these videos. Pretty neat stuff, you guys. This capture right here is kind of funny, actually. And the reason why is because the object seems to be playing some cat and mouse with the person videotaping it, doing some hide and seek here, y'all. At the end of the day, I've actually experienced not the hide and seek, but I've had a pulse flash where it's actually flashing me an acknowledgement. I'm going to get into more of that when I start sharing my own personal experiences in other videos, but this is pretty crazy. I'd be freaking out if I was this person videotaping it. Originally, I had this video in here twice, one without the exposure change and one with an exposure change. But I, since while doing this video editing stuff here, I removed it because this one's just way too shaky. Hopefully, again, it's the passenger doing the filming from the car here, everybody. This object appears to be one of the larger objects captured. It does appear as though it's large enough to house quite a few people. The person capturing it zooms in, zooms out, zooms in, and you can see that it's kind of spinning. It definitely has a lot of lights attached to it. This one is definitely a trip, y'all. What do you think? This object in the sky is very intriguing as it seems to be emitting or birthing UFOs on both sides of it in a line stretching out. In my imagination, which is huge, I'd like to think that this object is trying to clean up the atmosphere free from the aerosol, metallic, microscopic objects that, for some reason, they've been spraying into our environment for almost over a decade now. Oh, cottage life, camping life, how I miss you. The great outdoors, fresh air, how I miss you. Being pent up and stuck in this. This is crazy, y'all. The times that we live in are nuts. This right here is something that I'm dying to have happen to me every single time I go camping or to the cottage. You can find me at night on the dock, on the edge of the water, looking out over the giant skies, crystal clear skies by I might add as well. I love it. I love going up north and doing sky watching. I even have a green laser pointer that my girlfriend bought me so that I can stick those objects with them. She really bought it for me, not because of that, you guys, but because I'm constantly pointing up to the sky and saying, "Look over there. Look over there. Look, it's a satellite. Look, it's a UFO." And she never sees them. So she got me this laser pointer so that I can then point at it and she doesn't have to look around the skies thinking, "What is this guy, crazy?" This guy's always having me look at the sky. This object was obviously captured over the desert somewhere, and we can see it moving quite fast, just like the Go Fast video as well. If you suffer from epilepsy, I beg you to pause this video right now and contemplate moving forward. This next clip shows an object strobing to the point of trying to cause you to have a seizure. If you are watching though, you do notice that it is shapeshifting right now. Crazy stuff, you guys. This last video I have here today is strange and ominous. It does appear as though there's a UFO mothership being captured here. I really thank you so much for watching. I hope you're leaving comments and telling me what you think about these objects, what you would like me to discuss, what you would like to see some videos on. I plan on doing a lot more of these videos. I have over 20 hours worth of footage to put together and piece together and chat about with you guys. And then from there, I'm also going to have more. Please, please subscribe if you haven't already. I really would like the support. I really would like to get this video going and circulating all around the world so that people can start watching large half an hour clips worth of UFOs and having UFO discussions. Thanks so much again for watching. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks so much for subscribing. Inger, I hope you're having a great day. Thanks very much for tuning in and commenting as you always do. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.